keep us from letting you know that you haven't been forgotten, and to take this short period of time to celebrate the very good year that we, the entire Hogan program, have enjoyed in 2019-2020. So many of you have joined in this Zoom session, and we really are grateful. Not only our Hogan students and our special Hogan friends and guests are with us, but Anna and Carlos have joined all the way from Chile. Anna and Carlos, welcome. And we hear they're standing in line in Santiago trying to get into this Zoom session. And it's midnight there. Is that true?
Yeah, midnight.
Yeah. So you're staying up late for this occasion. We really do appreciate it. But also with us today are our Entrepreneurial 301 instructors, our workshop leaders, many of our Wednesday evening speakers, our mentors, even a few parents. And they really have all come together because you Hogan students have been very special to this entire group of people I've mentioned. So we're really lucky to have all of you, so many of you, involved in this activity. The Hogan family had planned to be with us tonight, but regrettably, they were planning to come, not tonight, but they were this month. They were scheduled to come here, of course, and COVID didn't allow that to happen. Even tonight, Gary Hogan was doing his best to be with us, but regrettably, as many of you know, Gary Hogan is now running more than 20 hotels. Can you imagine trying to run or manage more than 20 hotels in this time of COVID-19? And regrettably, a legal matter did arise tonight, so he can't be here. But they really support us. We appreciate all of the support of the entire Hogan family. And they've asked me to express to you their sincere apologies in not being with us. They send their congratulations and say that they look forward to seeing all of you in the new school year. Let us start by first asking Brother Ed if he would kindly open our celebration tonight with a prayer. Ed, please.
So first I want to apologize for my shirt. I'm learning new things about Zoom all the time. At least on my screen, it looks like my shirt is moving all the time. So I hope that's not too disturbing.
So we got to get him a Hogan shirt, huh?
So as we begin tonight, I'd ask you just to calm yourself and to remember that God is always with us, and we're taking just this moment at the beginning of this important celebration to acknowledge his presence with us. Loving God, we thank you for this opportunity to gather and to celebrate our students who have been part of the Hogan program, the generosity of the Hogan family, and the many members of the Chaminade and Hawaii communities that contribute their time to make this experience relevant, inspiring, and instructive. May this time together bolster us in this time of separation. May those students finishing their Hogan experience continue the good work that you have begun in them, and may their efforts positively impact others. And Lord, may all our efforts embolden us to build relationships that not only enliven our spirits, but also make our world a more peaceful and just place for all. We ask all of this in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Brother Ed. We really appreciate it. And now I would like to ask our president, Dr. Lynn Babington, to say a few words of congratulations and to introduce our new Hogan director. Lynn.
Thank you, John. And it's such a pleasure for me to be here with you tonight, welcoming you this evening to the Hogan program graduation ceremony. Now, this is not how we wanted to celebrate, as John indicated earlier, but we find ourselves in challenging times. But it's really in times like these that we need to continue to recognize the good works of our students and celebrate all your accomplishments. And you all know, you students, that at Chaminade we have incredible students who are deeply committed to their education, but equally committed to engaging with and in the community to make the world a better place. The Hogan Entrepreneur Program has provided you students with knowledge and skills to be entrepreneurs and bring the spirit of that work to all you do throughout your careers. The connections our students make and the skills they learn, including the fundamentals of establishing and running a small business, place you, these graduates, in a unique position to step into almost any position after graduation and hit the ground running. You've also learned about and experienced social enterprise management, the advancement of social change within a community or an organization. These skills are invaluable when you move into the world as contributing citizens. Now, the tagline for the Hogan program, doing business things that make social sense and doing social things that make business sense, fit in so nicely with the values of a Marianist education. We focus on providing students with an integral academic education, developing skills in adaptation and change, and providing an education in the family spirit, with a strong focus on service, justice, and peace. These are all critical in today's world, particularly today. The Hogan program is part of how we help students discover who they want to be, their calling. We are so grateful for the generous support of the Hogan family and all of the Hogan mentors, some of whom are here tonight, and advisory board members and instructors who support this program and help our students. So I want to congratulate all of you tonight for the hard work you put in the last year, and for some of you 2 years within the program. As you all know, Dr. John Webster will be retiring in June. He's worked tirelessly over the last years to build a very successful and well-known program and will be deeply missed. You all need to know that we will celebrate Dr. Webster's retirement during the Hogan kickoff in the fall, and you'll all be invited to that kickoff. But now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our new director for the Hogan Entrepreneur Program, Dr. Roy Panzarella. Roy has a proven record as a leader in business, in the military, and in academia. In business, as the chief executive of Lockheed Martin in the United Arab Emirates, he led the corporation's business development activity in the UAE. He was also Lockheed's deputy regional executive of the Middle East, based in Abu Dhabi. Prior to that, he was the regional vice president in Central Europe and Eurasia, headquartered in Warsaw, Poland. Currently, Dr. Panzarella treasures the work he does with the Al-Qaimi Foundation, a family of companies, as vice president of Pacific Operations. As a U.S. Army colonel, he served in the U.S. Defense Attaché to Poland, where he negotiated the participation of Polish forces in the Iraq and Afghan wars. He was also worked with the special military assistant to the Supreme Allied Commander of NATO during the Bosnian War and the Rwandan genocide. And additionally, in Baghdad in 2003, he led an elite interagency team assigned to the Iraq survey group searching for weapons of mass destruction. And as an aviator, Roy held a variety of leadership and staff positions in Korea, Germany, and Hawaii. Pretty impressive background. In academia, he was the Dean of Student Affairs at the George Marshall Center for Security Studies in Germany, whose mission is to engage our former adversaries in topics such as rule of law, democracy, and civilian control of the military. And as the deputy commander of the U.S. Army Russia Institute, he guided a talented faculty that prepared officers and government civilians for challenging assignments in the post-Soviet states. Roy holds a Bachelor of Science degree from the United States Military Academy at West Point, a Master of Arts degree in International Relations from the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy at Tufts University. He earned a Master's of Education from Boston University in Human Development and a PhD in Organizational Leadership from the University of Oklahoma. Pretty impressive. So we expect great things out of Roy as he shares all of his talents with us. But he's also very committed to his community. He currently is the vice chair of the Board of Regents here at Chaminade, which regrettably, he will have to leave that position once he takes this over. He's been very instrumental in helping us rethink how we work. He served on the board as vice chair of the American Chamber of Commerce in Abu Dhabi, and the advisory board of NYU Abu Dhabi's Department of Engineering. Roy was the chairman of the board of trustees at the American School of Warsaw in Poland during the coordinated terrorist attacks on September 11th. Roy and his wife Jody have lived for over 30 years abroad and came back to Hawaii 4 years ago, came home to Hawaii. They have 3 terrific children and twin grandbabies on the way. So it is such a distinct pleasure for me to introduce you to Roy, and he's going to tell you a little bit about himself. Although I think I sort of stole the show with telling you all about him. Welcome, Roy.
All I could think of when President Babington was speaking was that, man, that guy must be old. So thank you, President Babington, for the very kind remarks about me. But thank you also for your leadership, and thank you for selecting me. Because in my opinion, 4 years of observing this institution, this is the best program, the Hogan program, in the best university for me. And what distinguishes this university is how it adheres to the Marinist values. So I'm in a perfect place. I've got the best job anyone could ever want to have. So as a new person, one of the things I like to impart to everybody in business, as you should know this, if you are ever the new person or the newest person taking over a job, that person should have the briefest remarks in the program. That's a standard rule, military and business. So when I asked my wife this evening, I said, what should I do? What should I say? She said, remember the 3 B's. And you guys have probably heard this before, but be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. So that's my intention. But I do want to say very quickly, thanks not only to President Babington, but the Hogan family for the generosity, Dr. Webster, Ann, and Trish for this program. But I also want to thank all of you graduates. Congratulations, but thank you for all your efforts on making this program what it is today. A very special program. But I want to thank the support network. There are people here right now who are responsible or helping as the support network, parents, their friends, cousins, aunties, all of them. We appreciate all of that. So to you graduates, please accept my heartfelt congratulations on those efforts. This program and the university has been enriched because of your efforts. I do have, in closing, one request, and that is that you stay in touch. There's no way this program will get better and better and better unless you talk to us about this program. So when you start that new job and you're a couple of months into it and you say to yourself, what was it? What skill sets don't I have? Or what, I wish I had learned this, or I wish I had that. That's the kind of thing we hope you come back to us on. So I do want your email addresses, and we will, not just intend, but we will stay in touch. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this, and I appreciate this. Again, congratulations and thanks.
Thank you, Roy, and thank you, Lynn. You know, I've known Roy Panzarella for a number of years and have long been convinced that he would provide the leadership that you would expect from the Hogan program. He has the leadership and entrepreneurial background you would hope for, but most importantly, he has the values and the heart to make you and Chaminade proud of your program. Roy's been on our Hogan Advisory Board for the past few years, and he's always taken a special interest in the things you do. Last year, he also became a Hogan mentor, and many of you met him during our Meet the Mentors night. Through the Alakena Foundation, he and his colleagues provided 2 scholarships for deserving Native Hawaiian students, something they do every year. This year, the 2 recipients of these awards were Ashley Maha'a and Kylie Kesmarek. Congratulations to both of you. And he will have the exceptional support of the Hogan Program Team's Associate Director, Ann Luhan Kishi, and Trish Takayama, to make sure that this new year gets off with a good start. What a team. What a great team, and you all 3 will make. As we do every April, we look to this celebration as a time to recognize the most important players in this Hogan program, and that's you, our students. You've heard me say before, our aim is simple. It's to give you, some of Chaminade's best students, the knowledge, the skills, and the motivation to start new things. We introduced you to some of the best business and entrepreneurial minds in Hawaii. We have set very high expectations, and you are up to the challenge. So it's my pleasure to once again announce awards for some of the special contributions made by many of you in making this year's class of Hogan Entrepreneurs so special. As you know, advisory board member Dan Gu and his wife Judy have generously donated this large award to the program, and it remains in the Hogan Entrepreneurial offices for all to see, and is awarded to one of you annually, and all the names appear on the side of the award for all to see when they enter the Hogan offices. The name of this year's winner has already been added to the base of the award. I hope you can't see it yet because we haven't announced it yet, but they will receive also a smaller award which they can take home as evidence of his or her achievement. Now, as I call each award winner, will you each receive by mail, and you will receive each of these awards. That's okay, bring that award up again, please. You'll receive each of these awards by mail, and the actual presentation will then be represented by this picture. And when we announce your award, as you receive it, would you kindly stand up or wave or say something profound, although we won't hear it if it's something profound, but wave, because we're going to be applauding and we want you to recognize what's going on. Our first awards go to the grad students, the seniors and the juniors, who best represented their class by embodying the principles of the program and by achieving excellent academic results. Okay, you've seen the award. The Outstanding Graduate Student Award goes to Charlie Klausner, an MBA student from the hometown of President Abraham Lincoln, Springfield, Illinois. Congratulations, Charlie.
Here, try.
The Outstanding Senior Awards go to Natalie Burton, a cellular and molecular biology major from Granada Hills, California. And to Isabella Desatore, a business admin major from San Diego. Congratulations. The Outstanding Junior Awards go to Elijah Abramo, an accounting major from Mililani, and Yoslinda Note, also an accounting major from the Marshall Islands. Congratulations to you both.
Sorry.
Our next awards, the Aloha Spirit Awards, go to the individuals who most represented the important principles of the program by fostering goodwill within the group and by his or her independent leadership initiatives throughout the year. These students acted in a positive and professional manner in countless dealings with the university and with the guests and speakers invited to spend time with us. This year's Aloha Spirits Award go to Kylie Kazmarat. Where's Kylie on there? Don't see her, but congratulations to Kylie. To Lika Lika Kiner Falefa, a business admin major from Honolulu. To Kayla Mayer, a criminal justice major from Laguna Niguel, California. And Musuai Paulu, an environmental and interior design major from Waianae. Yay. Our next award, the Community Service Award, goes to the students who exemplify the program's commitment to service in the community of Hawaii. This year's recipients of the Community Service Awards are Tomoko Hotima, a Master of Science in Counseling Psychology student from Tokyo. Congratulations. And Lailane Tanganan, an MBA graduate from the Philippines. Congratulations. Our next award goes to the Hogan student who has already accomplished the most in developing real-world entrepreneurial skills in the marketplace. We call this the In the Arena Award, and this year it goes to Ashley Maha'a, a criminal justice major from Kailua. Ashley, congratulations. And now, our most important award goes to the student who continuously achieved the most significant results while consistently embracing the spirit of the program through his or her earnestness and enthusiasm for the underlying values of the program. Their name will appear on the trophy described earlier before you. This year's Outstanding Hogan Entrepreneur of the Year Award goes to Esther Patterson, owner of Captured Imagery in Papua. And every time you come into the Hogan office now, you look for Esther's name on this award. Congratulations to all of you. Another round of applause, please, for all these award winners. And now it's my pleasure to acknowledge all of you, the members of the entire class of Hogan Entrepreneurs, all award winners. My colleague and Associate Director of the Hogan Program, Ann Luann Kishi, will handle this portion of the presentations. Ann?
Thank you, Dr. Webster, and good evening, everyone. I love you, first of all, and I wish you all very much. I miss you having seen you in the office. And now, Hogan entrepreneurs who have spent 2 or more years in the Hogan program, we would like you to either stand or wave your hand so we can virtually present you with your certificate and a gift so that we can applaud your accomplishment. And before we begin, I would like to show you your gift, which is this beautiful keepsake box. And on the top, your names will be engraved. And inside, we have our business card holder and a pen. And again, this is a beautiful gift that you can keep with you forever, along with your certificate of completion. Okay, and now I'd like to start off by calling our first student graduate, Ezekiel Bernardo Flores, an accounting major from Waipahu. Natalie Burton, a cellular and molecular biology major from Granada Hills, California. Elena Chen, forensic science major from Honolulu. Kai Feng, an international trade major from Guangdong, China. Liliana Flynn, a business administration major and environmental science major from Long Beach, New York. Lu Jin, an MBA graduate from Beijing, China. And who's this? Esther Patterson, owner of Captured Imagery from Kapolei. Samantha Mortimer, an environmental and interior design major from Madison, Wisconsin. Adrienne Chanel, a global leadership and sustainable development graduate from Honolulu. Madeline Smith, a business administration major from Rockland, California. Angel Thompson, a business administration major from Palolo Valley. Nina Torrio, a business administration major from Mililani. And last but not least, Kay Alohilani Wong, a business administration major from Mo'ili'ili. Okay, and there you have it, our 2-year Hogan graduates and now our honorary Hogan entrepreneurs, which is a privileged status for those who wish to come back for any part of the Hogan program. Let's give them one more round of applause. Okay. And now it's my pleasure to present the 1-year graduates of the Hogan program. Again, you could wave stand so that we can virtually present you with your certificates and class picture. And you can see the class picture on the screen. Okay. I'd like to start off with our first 1-year graduate, Elijah Abramo, an accounting major from Mililani. Avery Arrington, a business administration major from Waipahu. Rachel Bradley, an environmental and interior design major from Kaneohe. Charlie Klausner, an MBA student from Springfield, Illinois. Brittany Esquera, an international relations major from Pohnpei, Federated States of Micronesia. Tomoko Hotema, a Master of Science in Counseling Psychology major from Tokyo. Kylie Kaczmarek, a business administration major from Kapolei. Delaney Kent, an English and psychology major from Orlando, Florida. Leka Kinner Falefa, a business administration major from Honolulu. Ashley Maha'a, a criminal justice major from Kailua. Kayla Murr, a criminal justice major from Kailua. Jemima Nakatuli, an accounting major from American Samoa. Yoslinda Note, an accounting major from the Marshall Islands. Musuai Paulu, an environmental and interior design major from Waianae. Lailane Tangonen, an MBA graduate from the Philippines. Isabella Tezzatori, a business administration major from San Diego. And last but not least, Kevin Todd, an accounting major from Kapolei. Okay, and there you have it, our one-year Hogan graduates. Let's give them one more round of applause. So again, thank you and congratulations. And to tell you how our recruiting is going and to show you a couple of short videos. Tricia?
Thank you, Anne, and hello, everyone. We have 6 very impressive individuals accepted. We are proud to call them Hogan students. They show exceptional qualities in the areas of citizenship, service, leadership, and character. We are now looking forward to receiving your recommendations so that we can get busy interviewing new students for the fall semester. Now, we would like to share 3 videos with you all. The first video was shot when the first-year students were being photographed as a thank you to the Hogan family. This video and this entire celebration today will be sent to the Hogan family. Please enjoy.
Aloha, I'm Isabella Tessatori. On behalf of this entire group of great Hogan students, we want to be sure that you know how grateful we are for the opportunities you've given us. President John F. Kennedy once said, we must take the time to stop and thank the people that have made a difference in our lives. This is our time. Ed and Lynn, Chris, Gary, and Glenn, you have opened our window to the world. Because of your generous contributions for almost 20 years, we, the class of 2020, want you to know that our lives are richer, our visions are sharper, and our moral compasses are truer. To the entire Hogan family, mahalo!
And now the next video features one of our Hogan students, Thea. We thought you would enjoy if you haven't seen it already. And finally, the last video is the Hogan Marketplace video. It's a short clip featuring the whole Marketplace team. Please enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome. We're here at Chaminade Hogan Marketplace. We're here looking at a bunch of things going on.
Thank you, Marketplace team, for all your efforts early this semester, and thank you everyone for watching. Now, I would like to ask Dr. Webster to come to the lectern to resume the program.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Anne. In a minute, I'd like to turn to some poetry. But before we do that, let me just comment on Marketplace. Zeke, Esther, a whole number of you really did a superb job in getting that off the ground this year. So we look forward to big things for the Hogan Marketplace when you get back here in the fall. Before we leave this virtual celebration, though, it'd be quite inappropriate if we didn't have an opportunity to hear from our poet laureates. And as you know, entrepreneurs are the poets of the business world. And Charlie Klausner and Fabian Patterson have kindly agreed to come back in this time of coronavirus to share a few of their personal thoughts on life in these times. But as you know, all pros, all professional performers, as these laureates are, have a setup man, a setup act, and that's me. So I'm going to share with you a poem written in 1869, more than 150 years ago, written during the fourth cholera pandemic of the 19th century. So think of that, about that. In the 1800s alone, there were 4 epidemics similar to the kind of thing we're all experiencing today. Think of this poem in the context of your experience. And people stayed at home and read books and listened, and they rested, and they did exercises, and they made art and played, and they learned new ways of being, and they stopped and they listened more deeply. Someone meditated, someone prayed, someone met their shadow, and people began to think differently, and people healed. And in the absence of people who lived in ignorant ways, dangerous, meaningless, and heartless, the earth also began to heal. And when the danger ended and people found themselves, they grieved for the dead and made new choices and dreamed of new visions and created new ways of living and completely healed the earth, just as they were healed. And now our 2 Hogan Laureates. Charlie, let's start with you, and then we'll switch to Fabian. So Charlie Klausner.
All right, everybody, thank you and hello. I kind of have to speak into the microphone. I hope this is working.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hope everyone's staying healthy. And Dr. Webster, congratulations and welcome to our new director, which is exciting. So I wrote this poem last week and kind of redid it this last week. So here goes. I retrace the place on all what I've written, all my poems, a man's true search for meaning, a la Viktor Frankl. See, writing poetry is personal. Normalize not, nuanced, or a nuisance. Poets put their souls on display and say the sadness, our sanctity, serenity, and sanity, say not to say. We bring light to dark, warmth to cold, a friend to the lonely, oh so lonely. Poetry is hard, bare-chested, never well-rested, our eyes bloodshot from depressions, pain and tears, or just the weight of the minutes calculated upon all the all-encompassing years. Music, rhythm, and rhymes help guide these irises across the journal page to say to her, my heart is not aware of my lungs' respiration. It just trusts. Trust truces torments and torrents. Poetry is hard, godly and lowly simultaneously. For I miss you, human. Alas, a loving hand perfectly lands instead of justice for us. For here, I've said it once before, we're teachers, students, leaders, lions of the Hawaiian business world, but silence currently, no greater now can we roar from deep down. Like that oldie song saying, there's nothing sadder than their tracks or trails or traces of a tears of a clown. The writing poetry is personal and hard and personal, our soul on display. And yet these words, poetry is a means through which important feelings and thoughts are conveyed, utilizing creativity, skill, and inspiration. And in this strange time, I hope this personal poem may help heal and honor our Hogan graduation.
Wow, wonderful job, Charlie. Fabian.
Thank you.
Wow, Charlie. I love it. Mine is slightly different from yours, but before I get started, I want to thank Dr. Webster and also welcome Mr. Panzarella to the program, and thanks to Dr. Badminton and all the Hogan community. Just thank you. My poem is titled, "I'm Sorry I Doubted You." So hopefully just in these hard times, I hope that you could pull something from this that'll change your perspective of life and how you see things. So here goes. I am sorry I doubted you, but how could I have known you were so young? You had all these dreams that were so far gone, so far removed from anything that I could have known. And quite frankly, I was confused as to how you were going to accomplish these things that you didn't know. But without support, you stood your ground, and like karma predicted, the good came back around. You carried the world on your shoulders like it was your solemn responsibility. You carried the world on your shoulders like you had special abilities. You carried the world like it was your only ability. And even though you carried the world successfully, initially, I doubted your ability. But you kept going because you never cared for what other people thought. It seemed hope always filled your heart. Nights laying on the floor, listening to your mother cry while praying, asking God for a new start would hurt. But more so, it fueled your spark. But still, I doubted how you were ever going to play your part. Maybe I didn't understand. Maybe I didn't try to understand. Maybe I was scared at the time because I didn't know how you knew you'd overcome. Maybe I missed it. Truthfully, there was a time where I missed it. Maybe I missed you. Maybe I missed you like you were me and I was you. Well, now look at us. For you are me and I am you. And I am sorry I ever doubted you.
Lovely. Lovely, and let me just say that sorry I doubted you is an appropriate segue because we don't doubt any of you. You are the leaders of this important Hawaiian community of young folks, and we don't doubt that you're going to accomplish great things. And we thank you, Charlie, we thank you, Fabian, and we're delighted that you have done such a fine job of representing these poets, the entrepreneurs as poets of the business world. And we'll be sending your poems and of course this whole video out to our advisory board and to the Hogan family. And they'll be pleased again to hear your very good poems. I'm going to now turn the program back to President Babington to make a few closing remarks. But let me simply say that it's been a real honor and a privilege to work with this Chaminade team. Just as it has been an honor and a privilege to work with each of you. I will follow your career with great interest and very high expectations. Congratulations.
Again, my deep congratulations to all of the students who have completed this program. It's remarkable the work that you've done. As Dr. Webster said, I look forward to hearing from you about the wonderful things you have accomplished. You are our future, and we have great hope. We have high expectations and great hope for all of you. So please stay in touch with all of us. And again, congratulations. Now let me just finish with a very brief prayer. God, giver of life and wisdom, we give you thanks and praise for the opportunity to serve this community. May the wisdom and guidance of your Spirit enable us to continue to find joy and satisfaction in what we do for your people. Amen. Congratulations, Hogan graduates.
And let me simply say thank you, Lynn and Roy and Ed and Ann and Trish and Jane, and for all of your technical support, Jane, and each of you for coming this evening. Good luck with exams, Hogan students. Stay safe, everybody.
We look forward to seeing all of you seniors at graduation. We'll announce the date next week. And for the juniors, we look forward to seeing you in September. Be safe, have a great summer, and study hard for those finals. I'm gonna stop.